Who are you? Think about it. Is who Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more. More curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities to be more than the status quo. The question is, are you ready to be more? Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were?
Good evening, everybody. Welcome inside historic Keyworth Stadium. We're in Hamtramck, Michigan, in the shadows of Detroit, where tonight we got a good one, folks. In NPSL action, Detroit City FC plays host to AFC Ann Arbor, one of the better rivalries in all the NPSL. Alongside my broadcast partner, John Krieger, my name is Neil Rule. Happy to have you with us wherever you may be watching around the world. And, John, it's special on many levels here tonight, not only because of the rivalry, not only because Detroit City FC and AFC Ann Arbor are always in the mix for championships. It's tifo night here for the Northern Guard. As I always say, pound for pound, some of the best sportsmen in all the United States of America. Tonight they drop the tifo, their biggest project to date.
You know, and it's a project and a labor of love, Neil. You know, the Northern Guard are one of the reasons this club is truly special. I took a moment when I was coming into the stadium tonight. I kind of timed things with the arrival of the March to the Match, and to see our supporters coming in and preparing to support Detroit City FC was truly a moving experience. I happened to walk in with Tiffany James, wife of head coach of Detroit City FC, Trevor James, and she was marveling at just how dedicated these supporters are. This tifo project is a year-long effort. They begin planning at the conclusion of the previous season. It's painted in people's basements, at Foaling Warehouse, at people's parents' homes, in people's backyards. It's designed and planned and then set up here at Keyworth and dropped to show support and solidarity with Detroit City FC. This is something that is, for them, one of the crowning moments of the season. Then the tifo will be split up, parts of it, and sold to raise funds for the smoke that you see on match days that is part of the Keyworth Stadium experience. For the supporters, for the Northern Guard, this is their way early in a season, and on a night like this that is so vital in the early stages of the Great Lakes Conference, to show Detroit City FC's players that they have 11 on the pitch and thousands more off of it cheering them on tonight here at Keyworth. It's truly one of the most amazing things we see all season.
There's no question about that. And as you see, the beer gardens and the food concession areas, and again, a huge match here tonight. But as of right now, the Northern Guard will take center stage with the dropping of the tifos here, plural tonight. This is, as we talked about, the largest project to date. You see the frames of where they will come down. There'll be 9 of them in total that drop, each representing. We'll get through this as well as we go to it and describe really exactly what is going on. But you talked about it, the collaborative effort. This is boots on the ground. This is constructed, built by hand, and that's something that the Northern Guard really has prided themselves on. There's no plastic to this culture.
No, not at all. This is an organic supporter culture. It is by supporters for supporters. There are a great many teams in a great many leagues that think it's cool to have their tifos printed by a print shop, and you give it to fans.
There is no FedEx Kinkos
with a manual
here,
and things like that, and you've got it on the canvas, and that's all well and good. That's not Detroit City FC. Our city, our home, we're grassroots. We build things, and this tifo was built by our supporters. This tifo is, as you've said, the most ambitious project to date. Joseph Slovak, by the way, one of the spearheaders of the tifo campaign, he was on Twitter imploring people to come help set up. It's a long setup process to be able to do this. Had droves of people out to help, but Joseph deserves a momentary mention. And they've done it in a way that truly is their labor. It isn't something that's plastic. It isn't something that's bought. It's something that's built. And in a city known for building things this country has used for centuries, tonight, a built tifo a built project, something created by the supporters, will be on display. And quite rightly, it's their moment in the sun.
And talking about something that has built truly one of the best atmospheres in American soccer. And I'm not going out on a limb when I say that. Been around, seen a lot of soccer matchups and seen a lot of soccer environments, and this pound for pound is as good as there is anywhere in the country. And as you mentioned, all built from the ground up. Nothing about it fabricated, nothing about it fake. It's all true to the game, I guess you would say. And this tifo here tonight, built to honor the people who helped grow this club from a scrappy amateur upstart to quote-unquote galactic champions, ready to take on the pro soccer world. Now what will happen is there'll be large images that will be displayed of the 8 Black Arrow winners. Smaller displays will include owners, players, and technical staff. Over 3,000 square feet of hand-painted banners created over the last 2 months by what you talked about, John, countless Northern Guard volunteers working out of a storefront in Hamtramck, and it's all done to honor the club that they adore, and we are just moments away from the tifo drop 2019.
And you know, the fun part about this, Neil, is this tifo project is built off of the back of previous tifo projects. Estadio Casteca, the Hail Caesar tifo, the Forged from the Same Bones tifo for the FC St. Pauli friendly last year. City Above All, the Club of the People, as we opened Keyword Stadium a couple of years ago, hanging on the Keyword Stadium wall. All of those projects, the success, the beauty of all of those projects lent themselves to convincing our supporters group that they could take on this project. They wanted to let Le Rouge of the past know that they would always be part of their future. There are clubs in this country, Neil, that are clubs that are in upper levels of soccer that had their start in lower divisions, and then they were sold and bought, and the name was used to start another franchise. That's not the way Detroit City FC is doing business. They started as a club in 2012 that wanted to bring a community together. They grew, and now they are professional with the same ethos as they had that very first day at Castech. And that's what this tifo represents. It's beautiful, it's indicative of the club, and it's a great night here at Keyword Stadium before a key match in our summer season here at Detroit City FC to be able to put this on display. And I'll tell you what, one other thing. I've worked around the world covering the beautiful game, so have you. Between some of the other supporters groups that I've dealt with and the Northern Guard in Detroit City, I'll take City every day of the week, twice on Sunday. You're right, pound for pound, best supporters in sports.
Absolutely, and already the tweets are starting to come in with the hashtag WatchCity. And now Detroit City FC will make their way out onto the pitch. And here are the tifo for 2019. There you see the names and the faces of the people that have built this club, built this community. All the Black Arrow winners, the MVP award winners for Detroit City FC. And of course, Stephen Carroll, last year's Black Arrow winner as well.
Neil, this is absolutely beautiful. Joseph, you've played a blinder, friend. This is an absolutely stunning display.
As Ted Shoemaker, the public address announcer here at historic Keyword Stadium, goes over the starting 11s. Of course, we will honor America with the playing of the national anthem as well, but there is a look at the 11s out there. Getting the start at the keeper spot, Owen Finnerty, the Michigan commit, Of course, Finnerty, a very famous name to soccer fans in this area. His father, Goose Finnerty, a arena soccer legend with the Detroit Rockers, somebody who I went to the games growing up as a kid and would watch. But we have a good one lined up for you here as now they get to Detroit City. And the starting 11, here's Ted Shoemaker, the voice of Keyworth Stadium. Our national anthem as we continue to get you ready for NPSL Soccer, Detroit City FC, AFC Ann Arbor. And of course, John, the tifos have been unveiled. And oh, by the way, maybe the most anticipated soccer match of the NPSL season here at historic Keyworth Stadium, AFC Ann Arbor, Detroit City FC. One thing you know for sure, chances are good a championship is on the line when these two hook up.
You know, you never like to say 3-4 matches into the summer season that this is a must-win game for Detroit City. I'm almost putting it in that territory, not because there isn't ground to make up points, but because you want to make a statement. You had a rough outing last week against Kalamazoo. You had the lead twice. You couldn't hold on to it. You dropped 3 points here at home. Now you've got a game in hand. Your next 3 matches are against Columbus and Indiana twice. You've got a chance to win those matches. You get 3 points here tonight. You get a chance to make a statement and put your mark on one of the top 2 places in the Great Lakes Conference. For AFC Ann Arbor and the way they'll set up tonight, they're looking that they want to keep the lead they have over City in the points column. I wouldn't be surprised if it's tied late to see them try and wrap up at least that point. City need to be on the front foot from the start.
Let's take a look at the 11 for Detroit City FC, and we may mention the fact, starting at keeper tonight, Owen Finnerty, the University of Michigan commit, will get the start in the cage for Detroit City FC, and Trevor James in that 3-5-2, Mr. John Krieger.
I'll tell you what, the 3-5-2, very important for City. They tried it against Michigan Stars. They had some trouble when Stars packed 8, 9, 10 behind the ball at times. AFC Ann Arbor isn't that type of a team. When you set up with a 3-5-2, first of all, you are depending on your back three of Guillet, Stephen Carroll, and Chrysler to really anchor things down along the back line. And those three have a very good relationship with each other. The 5 in the middle are designed to force AFC Ann Arbor to respect the width that City can put on the pitch and match up with the numerical advantage in midfield. It also means that the front 2 have to get into space and give the midfield the opportunity to provide them service. AFC Ann Arbor setting up with a 3-4-3, but the way that they typically set things up, that 3-4-3 is a bit of a misnomer. 3 along the back, but the 4 in midfield will typically see the 2 outside midfielders drop back in defense and move forward in attack. So it really is 5 up and 5 back, depending on who has the ball at various points in the game. City need to watch out for Ann Arbor in transition.
And we are underway here at historic Keyworth Stadium. Neil Rule, John Krieger with you. Thanks for tuning in on a Friday night, kicking off your Memorial Day weekend in style, as is the Northern Guard. You see the rouge and gold smoke pours out of the supporters section, and you saw on your screen Owen Finnerty, a member of the USA U18 national team, and talked about the fact his father, Goose Finnerty, formerly of the Detroit Rockers, the 1991 NPSL Rookie of the Year, and a young Neil Rule was a regular in Joe Louis Arena back in those days to see the Goose.
I'll tell you what, a young Brad Krieger, my brother, has a Goose autograph somewhere in the collection. We watched a lot of soccer in downtown Detroit, so nice to see the next generation also playing the beautiful game.
There is Bakey Goodman swinging it out to the right side of the pitch. Of course, Bakey Goodman, the former third-round pick of the Seattle Sounders in the 2017 MLS Super Draft.
Goodman, one of the best players on the pitch last week for Detroit City FC. A lot of great moves in midfield, a lot of great turns, precise turns on the ball, and even better, purposeful touch passes that allowed City to play the ball forward early. They just couldn't convert and finish.
AFC Ann Arbor looking to mount their first attack of the evening. Just about 2 minutes in to this one. Ian McRae getting the start at the keeper spot for AFC Ann Arbor. Played his college soccer at South Carolina. Was third in Conference USA last year in terms of save percentage at over 76%.
This is his second start for AFC Ann Arbor. Got a clean sheet against Columbus, made 3 saves.
And there's a cross sent in that's played away by the back line. That was Musa Guille that did the job, the former JUCO All-American last year at East Florida State College. And for those who don't know, East Florida State College, a JUCO soccer factory. They put out players at every level.
They do indeed. There are a lot of scouts in the matches down there.
Throw-in coming up for AFC Ann Arbor. They have a 2-0-1 mark. Last time out, a 3-1 win at FC Columbus. They will host the Michigan Stars on Monday. Detroit City FC at 1-1. It's a throw-in sent in towards the 18. They will play at FC Indiana on Monday at 2.
Worth noting, by the way, the one draw against Kalamazoo FC, a late equalizer required to rescue a point. Kalamazoo showing last Sunday at Keyworth. They are for real in the Great Lakes Conference this year. Played the mighty Oak tough as well. And so early going, a 3-team race at the top of the Great Lakes Conference. We'll give you scores as the night goes on. Last I checked, in the 9th minute, Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo playing tonight were goalless.
That was Amadou Cisse that carried the mail for AFC Ann Arbor. He is in the 18. Not in the starting 11, but he is available on head coach Eric Rudland's bench. Wouldn't be surprised to see him before it's all said and done. Detroit City FC with the possession. Remember, you can send us tweets with the hashtag WatchCity. We read those as time permits throughout the night as well. Good 1-2 for Detroit City. Attack on the left side. Here's Kervin Kenton, who was taken down. And AFC Ann Arbor will play it out. Kervin Kenton, we talked about that 3-5-2, John. He will be on the left wing side of that 5, a very pivotal player. He will run a lot of miles here tonight.
Whenever you have that 3-5-2, really what it is 3 at the back and 2 wing backs that can play defense if needed. But really their job is 3 letters, R-U-N, run. Kervin showed he could go byline to byline last week. They need him to do it again tonight.
Ball comes through to the left side. Alex Alexis on the ball. Will touch it out wide left. Here's Jake Roof, his service over top of the frame. Roof, a second-team All-MAC performer in 2017, had 2 goals and 3 assists for Western Michigan. And of course, as we know, Western Michigan, very solid college soccer program. Spent some time ranked inside the top 10 recently.
Also produced Zach Bach, who played for City for a season. By the way, an update from the Grand Rapids Kalamazoo match. 34th minute, they're goalless. Grand Rapids currently sitting on 3 points, Neil, in the division. They need 3 to reassert themselves in the race early. A draw helps City, of course, keeps Kalamazoo in the pack and doesn't allow Grand Rapids to make up the ground they currently sit behind.
It is intriguing how we talked about earlier. It's just the second home match, and it's not Memorial Day yet. But you get the vibe here in Keyworth Stadium tonight. There's some juice in this building. Everybody knows the stakes.
Absolutely. It's also worth noting, by the way, and there was some moments on Sunday where you say, well, that was 3 points dropped, and City had the chance to get 3 points at home, but Dion DeGennaro, who is one of the Northern Guard's leadership group, made a point. You know, that Detroit City FC has never won a home opener at Keyworth in all the years that we've played here.
Which is crazy to think about.
And so, even in the Midwest Regional Championship season, City didn't win their home opener at Keyworth Stadium. So, it's an interesting vibe here tonight because you're right, it's early and there is a lot of ground. But as you look at the conference and the way it's shaping up, and you see that there are definitely some teams that have quality core units and teams that are lacking a little bit, it becomes a mini race, and you don't want to let one or two teams separate themselves from the pack and be able to play with the freedom that a point buffer zone brings.
And on the right side, it is Will Perkins, touch through the middle. As always, our broadcast stream brought to you tonight by the good folks at Baker College. Happy to have them along this season. And your kickoff weather here tonight at Keyworth Stadium. Opening kick temperature of 59 degrees. The sun has poked out, though, so that's encouraging.
It's a little better conditions than we had Sunday evening here.
No question about that. Stepping through, here's Kervin Kenton to cross. Played out, I believe, by Matt Brame.
You know, one of the things I enjoy during the week is reading some of the bloggers that produce pieces about City and their thoughts. And I believe it was the blogger Boys in Rouge that proffered a bit of a theory as to the pattern that City typically has, especially as a side with so much talent on it, in terms of matches like Sunday against Kalamazoo and the way it's shaping up here early. The first few minutes, in fact, the first about half hour, 40 minutes of the match, City look like the better team and are on the front foot.
Ball sent in and headed away very cleanly by AFC Ann Arbor.
At that point, then, the visiting team here at Keyworth begins to try and introduce the physical game and take City off of their game, which can sometimes disjoint the very fluid football that first Ben Pierman and now Trevor James like to play, playing it out from the back here. And if that physical play works and somehow the visiting team takes a lead, then it becomes City trying to chase late. The alternative to that, and what City needs to try to do, is get on the front foot early and get an early marker, 1, possibly 2, to try to assert the dominance that they have. Because even with the quality players that AFC Ann Arbor has, I think pound for pound, City are the more experienced side. They are probably the better on talent side. But when you get to 45 minutes, if you get to 45 minutes, if City don't have the lead, it changes the dynamic of the game. So we sit here in the 10th minute. City need to try and get that goal early, set the tone for this rivalry matchup.
Roof dispossessed by Bakey Goodman, who worked his way over towards that left sideline. Throw-in coming up for AFC Ann Arbor. When we talk about talent, AFC Ann Arbor, especially up top, certainly very capable in that department, headlined by number 77, Jack Hallahan. The Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year last year. Scored 8 goals, had 8 assists for Michigan, a 2-time All-Big Ten player. Although, John Krieger, very happy to report to you, he did not score against Michigan State, so that makes you happy.
I'm okay with that. Absolutely. You can score against anybody but you'd like, but my
I was sitting on that one all night long. I wanted to make sure that I got it in. Just to keep you in a positive frame of mind,
Well, I'm always in a positive frame of mind here at Keyworth. I will say this. Hallahan also grew up with the game. That's the thing. He's one of those instinctive players. That's the difference sometimes between an American player and a foreign-born player as AFC Ann Arbor comes in here.
Here is Hallahan, and he will fire! Infinity leaps in the air to poke it away, and there you get a taste of what Hallahan is capable of.
And that proves my point. He got the pass, he got possession, 3 strides, he picked up his head and knew he had a shooting lane. He's an Englishman, so he grew up with the game. And one of the things that growing up with the game from birth in that culture gives you is the ability to play instinctively rather than being the first instinct to think.
Corner served in, headed away. I believe that was Carroll. The shot off the volley will be pulled wide to the left side. We're in the 11th minute. No score. Detroit City FC, AFC, Ann Arbor from historic Keyworth Stadium. Neil Rule, John Krieger with you. And remember, the next time you come to Keyworth Stadium, be sure to take advantage of Wheelhouse Detroit's free bike valet. Check out wheelhousedetroit.com to learn more about the best tours of Detroit on 2 wheels.
International flair for AFC Ann Arbor, Neil. They've got a couple of English players, a couple of Brazilian players, a Haitian on the roster. So a lot of the different facets of the way the game is played around the world mesh themselves in this AFC Ann Arbor club. And you see that in some of the way they set up the ball. It isn't hoofball soccer. It's very fluid.
McCrane will pick it up and wing it down towards the sideline. Some pressure applied from Will Perkins, and the foul will be called. Gives us a chance to slide over to Twitter with the hashtag Watch City. Mustachio Mountain Man, great work on the tifo. Let's watch City with a great broadcasting team of John Krieger, Neil Rule at historic Keyworth Stadium. Appreciate those kind words. Wes Sutton, guys, I'm going to need you to smuggle one of those sweet posters down to South Mississippi. Hashtag Watch City. Sorry, buddy, I can't help you out with that one, but as much as I would like to. And our good friend, Abby's name, that tifo, is just the most city. Hashtag built, not bought. Well said, Abby.
Alice and Switzer also watching tonight. 2 of our most loyal viewers.
Right.
We're missing a couple of our most loyal viewers, Hogs and Doc Marcotti, because they're in the stadium tonight, although they haven't been up here to the booth. We got to get them up here before the end of the evening. So we won't see tweets from down in the middle United States this evening.
On the right side, here's Ben Thornton, touching it ahead towards the right. The sideline, where it's popped up in the air, and here's Hallahan. Got a little handsy on a shove and will be hit with a foul.
That is a nice bit of play by, was that Kervin Kenton on the other side, just making Hallahan commit the foul. Getting in a position where that was the only option. And City here playing out from the back. Back 3 looks very composed early, Neil. That's what we needed to see from Chrysler, Guillet, and Carroll.
Here's Diop up the left side. Kenton was the target. And now Kenton will recover with it.
No, that's a nice touch by Kervin.
Sean-Claude Lawson with the back heel flick. Now Sean Lawson gives chase to it again. The bicycle kick played out, throw in coming for Detroit City FC.
It's a bouncy pitch tonight, Neil. Players, I think, are having a little trouble controlling the ball.
It's a little bit different than it was last weekend.
Yep.
Long shot will go over top of everything. Well, John, we're here in the 15th minute. Give me your impression so far on what you see.
Well, I think that these two teams are trying to feel each other out. I don't think you've had, other than Halloran's shot and one cross for City, you haven't had a real quality effort on goal for either side. These two teams know what this game means, and in a situation where they both believe they can compete with each other, what you have are just kind of trying to gauge each other and see where the weaknesses might be. I think in the next 5 to 10 minutes, you're going to see one team be in the ascendancy a little bit, whoever can make the adjustments quickest. So far, the thing I'm most impressed with, the city back line, as AFC Ann Arbor has had more possession than the city defenders are used to seeing from a visitor early. Chrysler and Guillet and Carroll have been very composed, a very good high line, shutting down the AFC Ann Arbor attack.
Danny Deacon, the target on that direct ball. Danny Deacon, third-round pick of the 2017 MLS Super Draft by Orlando City. 20 matches played for Orlando City B. Of course, he was a force at South Carolina where he scored 18 goals in 41 matches played. Got more tweets coming in. Our good friend Gus Macker said the stream is on. Excellent tifo, Northern Guard. Miss everybody. By the way, it was 83 down here in the Florida Keys. Yeah, we know. We know.
The man's living the salt life down there. That's fun.
Sean Lawson.
That's a little cute from Sean. He's a forward tracking back to midfield, and that's a giveaway trying to get too cute. Look out, players on the wings.
Yazid Matthews, but the flag is up on the far side.
That is an assistant referee doing their job. That is a tight call. And sometimes when it's a cross pass like that, a diagonal pass, that's a tough decision for the assistant referee to make. Heads up to put the flag up. Assistant referee running the line on the same side as the Northern Guard, going to get an earful all night. Made a very good decision early.
Ball played through the middle is popped up. Danny Deacon has a go. Danny Deacon pushed from behind. More tweets with the hashtag Watch City. Adam Engel, it's a pizza and city kind of night. Hashtag Watch City. Adam, it's always a pizza kind of night, at least in my mind. Quick restart will be whistled down. We'll have to try that again. NGS Mile High. Northern Guard in fine voice tonight. We hear them all the way out here in Denver.
And one of the newest NGS chapters. Of course, we got the DCFC, DC Embassy watching tonight at the Ivy and Coney in Washington. Have a stories for me, boys, will ya? Early stats, by the way, Neil, bear out what we were talking about the feeling out process. 1 shot on goal for DCFC, 2 for AFC Ann Arbor, only 1 shot on target between the two teams. And the fouls, 3 for Ann Arbor and 2 for DCFC, thanks to Mitch Gatsky on the stats tonight.
Here's Will Perkins. Jean-Claude Lawson drops it back. Bakey Goodman. Perkins crosses through. Goodman recovers.
Oh, what a great job by Bakey. And a great job to step in and draw the foul. That foul and the ability of Deacon to draw that foul was entirely created by Bakey Goodman, who from his knees put the ball into a place where Deacon had the positional advantage and forced the Ann Arbor defender to foul him. That is Danny Deacon standing his ground and Bakey Goodman making a play, and that's a great little touch for City.
Danny Deacon stands over, as does Will Perkins. Deacon makes the run, curls it to the left side, and it's headed away. Sebastian Chelbaud headed. There's a right-footed shot, and the save is made by McCrane. He had to get vertical to do it.
That's a heck of a stretch by the AFC Ann Arbor keeper. Turn and boom, and a great one-handed save.
Corner played short. AFC Ann Arbor scrambling a bit. Served to the left side. Here's Bakey Goodman touching it down. AFC Ann Arbor now looking to counter.
Bakey blew a tire. Look at Deacon coming in there. Oh, he just got beat.
Here's Henry Ramirez, and Ramirez.
That should be a card. That's a professional foul. There it is. Yep. Northern Guard's booing, but that's absolutely correct. He knew exactly what he was doing. The counter was on for AFC Ann Arbor. He took the foul. He committed the foul, and that is what we call a professional foul and a cardable offense. I didn't see which.
I believe it was Diop that got hit with the yellow.
I think you're right. I think it is Diop.
So Diop goes in the books here in the 20th minute.
But AFC Ann Arbor was in full flow. He did what he had to do. Now he's got to play on a booking.
Ball played towards the middle. And now it's back to Roof. Roof has been a central figure over there on that left side. And that ball will trickle across the touchline. Throwing coming up for AFC Ann Arbor. Matt Brame wants to go quickly. Brame, the transfer from Iowa Western Community College. All he did while he was there was see his side go 48-0-2. Never lost.
What were you doing for the 2 draws? What are you slacking?
I know, right? 48-0-2. Absolutely incredible.
That midfield 4 for Ann Arbor is trying to load the left side there. The left side of the city defense, they see something they think they can capitalize on.
Here's Roof stepping through. It's taken away at the very last moment. And Danny Deacon goes out to Kervin Kenton. Kenton, the native of Costa Rica, plays it to the middle. Here's Max Todd dropping it back.
Use the referee as a screen there.
Now, John, over the course of the last 5 minutes, starting to get some good flow going to this match.
End-to-end, both sides. And I'll tell you what, the strategy for AFC Ann Arbor has become very clear. Remember I told you that midfield 4 was going to drop back to maybe a defensive 5 and then spring forward on the counter? Look at the way they set up in midfield. They are hanging back, daring City to come at them and make a mistake. Their wing players are waiting to do this on the counter. And look out, you've got a man on the other wing if they can get the ball across.
Alex Alexis moved towards the left side. He still has it. Popped it through a little too heavy on that touch for the former Haitian U14 national team member. Threaded through Sean Lawson. Can he get on the end of it? No, he cannot catch up to it. The crowd came to their feet here at Keyworth Stadium.
This is a very fast pitch, Neil. It's a very fast new artificial surface. There was plenty on that touch. It played Sean into space, but it just ran too much on him.
Bakey Goodman steps up. Goodman has it touched away and now gets it back. Goodman played it ahead. The target was Danny Deacon. But Bakey Goodman and Danny Deacon, John, getting a little something brewing over the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, they got a pretty good rhythm. These are 2 senior players that have been at higher levels of the game and have that almost extrasensory communication, it seems, to be able to put each other into space to make a play. Thing is, they're never looking to do things for themselves. They're looking to put the ball to each other to get service to other people, and that's what Trevor James' offense relies upon in attack.
Stephen Carroll, former GLIAC Defensive Player of the Year at Davenport University. Also was NAIA honorable mention All-American during his time at Martin Methodist.
Oh, hang on, Diop.
Diop got just enough on that pass. Here's Sean Lawson. 4 defenders converge on Lawson. Danny Deacon to Lawson. Good build-up here from Detroit City. Ball is not spending a lot of time at people's feet right now, John.
No, and that's how you dismantle that counterattack offense of AFC Ann Arbor. It's risk-reward because the touch passes can create space. But if the touches are too heavy, you give it away like this. And then you see the wing-backs come forward, and thankfully for Detroit City FC, that touch too heavy, and the back 3 for City can take over. Very high line, by the way, for City's back 3 right now. Ripe for a ball over the top. Need to watch that if you are the City defense and AFC Ann Arbor get the chance to counter.
And that was something that Kalamazoo had success with from time to time last weekend.
Put that one striker up against the back line, try to beat the offside trap, and go in with space. Now, the difference between what we are seeing here from the forwards with AFC Ann Arbor and the Kalamazoo forward is the Kalamazoo forward, knowing that City was playing with a back 4 that day, and in reality a back 2, he put himself in between the 2 center backs. today, City with a back three, you can't really put a striker in between two center backs. So you see the front men for AFC Ann Arbor, but 2 paces behind. So the high ball over the top would have to be diagonal, hoping that one of the outside backs plays that forward man onside and allows them to run through and beat the offside trap.
Again, you're watching our Detroit City FC stream brought to you by Baker College. And remember, Folling Warehouse is the official pre-match bar of Detroit City FC. Next time you come out to a match, be sure to stop by Folling Warehouse to take part in the official march to the match.
Both clubs seem to want to go up the far touchline. AFC Ann Arbor attacking the right side of the City defense with regularity, picking on Stephen Carroll. And a foul
Stephen
there.
Carroll very animated right now after that foul call.
He's not happy.
Suspecting something along the lines of, this has been happening all night. This is the first time you've called it.
Yeah, that's
I'm just guessing.
physical game. About time.
All right.
Hashtag excuse me, sir. And go from there.
At Baker Jr. 87 on Twitter. Nothing like DCFC tacos and a home brewed beer. That sounds strong, Jordan. You can send that to Keyworth Stadium. Here's Kervin Kenton on the left side. 1v1. Kervin goes to work, moves towards the goal line, and will win a corner.
That's a professional play by Kenton. The runs that he was hoping for to get the ball across toward the back post didn't materialize, so just play it off and create the corner. Now let's see how AFC Ann Arbor sets up for the corner. Markers on both posts. An outswinger to Stephen Carroll might be a pretty good target. Watch Carroll on the near post to us, the far post from the corner.
Bakey Goodman has some space as well. It's curled in towards the line. It's punched out by the keeper. There is Bakey Goodman! And it's in the back of the net, but the flag is up in the right-hand corner.
So close.
Thousands of people thought their side had a goal, but the flag was up from the start.
Interesting that with 2 men on the post, you get in a situation where it's offside. But transitional play, that can sometimes happen. Nice job by the AFC Ann Arbor back line to regroup and step out to a higher point to draw the offside flag. The Northern Guard, predictably, voicing their discontent with that referee's decision.
They're using some different kinds of nouns and descriptive words.
Absolutely.
As you might expect. Alex Alexis, second leading goal scorer for Florida Atlantic University. Down there in Boca Raton, Florida. Here's Jack Hallahan. He steps through. His shot is blocked. Teed up with the right foot over top of everything from Talbot. But I believe a corner will be awarded on the deflection. And let's see. Where was the offside there?
Yeah. Well, all right, that's a tough decision because you're basically saying that the City player who was nowhere near touching the ball was drawing enough of the keeper's vision to warrant the flag and interfering with play. I suppose technically, according to the laws, it's probably correct. It is also on the marginal end of things.
James Vaughn cues up the corner. In swinger, short post, played out. Throw-in coming up for AFC Ann Arbor. Vaughn, the former England schoolboy trialist.
That, by the way, the England schoolboy program, a pretty prestigious youth club and youth program in England. Outside of the academy systems of the professional clubs. Still an amateur organization, but very prestigious while staying outside of the professional game.
There you see those Stroh's Detroit Lager kits that LaRouge is rocking here tonight. Another throw-in coming up as we get ready to motor in to the 30th minute. Sean Lawson, the target. Ball headed up towards midfield. Hallahan tries to settle it down, and he does. You see the battle with Guille And that ball trickles over the line. We're excited to have Henry Ford Health Systems as the official sports medicine provider of Detroit City FC. You can learn more at henryford.com.
I tell you what, Guille was making that play almost in the center circle, very high up the pitch for one of the 3 back players for City, trusting Chrysler and Carroll to hold down the fort behind him. Nice touch by Lawson.
Sends it through. Curvin Kenton, but the flag is up one more time.
Kenton did, by the way, a pretty good job to even get on the end of that ball and keep it in play, but the flag long up. You know, the fans won't like the offsides decisions here, but 3 very close ones, 3 very consistent ones from the assistant referees on both sides.
Craig Strombaum checks in from Yorba Linda, California. Not missing the action, but missing my Northern Guard friends. Hashtag Watch City. Optimistic on that long pass attempt.
Bit of an ambitious attempt. I'll tell you what, Neil, I got to give AFC Ann Arbor credit. They are stronger in the air than I thought they would be. I thought with the size of City's squad and the 11 that we saw tonight, it would be a little easier.
They've gone right at it
in the air. AFC Ann Arbor is up to the challenge. This one is going to be
an
absolute fight.
You know, we knew you don't have to paint the stakes for this match. I mean,
no.
If you've ever been to a Detroit City FC match, you know when AFC Ann Arbor rolls into town, it's as the kids would say, it's finna be a battle.
Well, you know, anytime you can describe a rivalry with 6 words, Mondi with the left foot, or 5 words, it pretty much sets up.
When they make T-shirts of a moment in a rivalry, you know it's a good rivalry. 32nd minute, no score. Neil Rule, John Krieger, happy to have you with us. Here's Danny Deacon on the move, chips it towards Sean Lawson. 50-50 ball, Sean Lawson. Unable to secure it. Matthews at the mid-stripe. It's 2v4, but Matthews still going on with it. Go. It's taken away by Diop.
Bakey needs to turn, move it upfield right now. There was space on both wings. Turned it back, though, and Perkins will reset.
Will Perkins plays college soccer at Michigan State. 6 matches started as a freshman last year. There's Danny Deacon again. Curvin Kenton up on that wing spot, which he has been pretty much all night.
Win that battle there. And he did.
Battle is the word for it. Max Todd victorious that time.
Nice job by Max to use his midsection, get in and create the space.
Boy, how about that takeaway by Diop? And Diop, remember, is playing in the books. Got a yellow card back in the 20th minute.
Midfield very crowded right now. Ann Arbor just trying to gum up the works, go for a heavy touch, and try to counter. City with a lot of back passes today. That's fine. Just don't get too cute with it. And try the step overs out there with a center circle, in the center circle with nobody behind you.
Northern Guard in good voice tonight. Jalen Chrysler plays it ahead. Bakey Goodman, right side. Will Perkins. Bakey, the former Georgetown Hoya, scored 7 goals during his Georgetown career.
Neil, City with the lion's share of possession. But the key here is to transition possession into chances. And I bet when we get Mitch Gaskey's next round of stats.
Up to the top, Danny Deacon to Bakey Goodman. The shot is saved, and a corner upcoming for Detroit City. But great buildup and a great save made by McRain.
That's a looky what I found save. He was diving, stuck a hand down, hoped, and got lucky. That's on another day, in another bounce, That goes right underneath him, and it's 1-0 to City.
Towards the back post. Headed in the air. McCrane off the line. Will make the grab. Lyft is the official rideshare partner of Detroit City FC. Be sure to take a Lyft the next time you come to a match at Keyworth.
And I said, you know what? I said Monday with the left foot. It's Monday with the right foot. But, that wasn't my call. That was yours.
Here's Hallahan. Alexis. Very active. AFC Ann Arbor now beginning to hold some possession. Brame with the reversal to the right side. Through ball. And coming off the line is Finnerty to make the grab.
I like that from Finnerty in a system with a back three. When you have a back three like that, you need to have a keeper that's unafraid to come off his line and claim something if he has the space to do it. Nice job by Finnerty to claim it. Defenders got away with it, gave him a little bit of a shield, and he comes out and claims the ball.
So for the first time in a while, a stagnated moment of this match has been entertaining. I would say this. For what has been somewhat of a lack of shots, has been very entertaining match. There's been some good flow to it.
Oh, listen. Anytime if you judge the quality of a football match by shots and sheer numbers of them, you don't understand the game. This has been a great end-to-end football match. It's been a great strategic football match and a well-played football match by both sides.
No Face, No Name tweets at us as well. A very physical match. Hashtag Watch City. And there's a look at the quality chance that Bakey Goodman had. Best chance of the evening so far by either side.
Tell you what, that was a great strike by Bakey. Quick. The shooting lane was going to close. He just took the shot. Unlucky not to find the net.
Bakey Goodman played in 2 matches for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds last year of USL. Sean Lawson taken to the turf. Still managed to maintain control.
The ball. Wow.
Alex Alexis.
Careful, watch the wing.
Roof. The flag is up on the far sideline. That foul called.
That's a couple fouls there in the middle for AFC Ann Arbor. Wouldn't be surprised to see an accumulation card come here after a couple more of these ticky-tack fouls by AFC Ann Arbor.
Good knockdown pass to the middle. Diop had it. Now it's Kervin Kenton on that left side. Makes a move. Kenton serves into the box. Double punch away. Can Kervin Kenton run it down? He can't. Max Todd tried to head it down. Sean Lawson.
That's a foul, yes.
Will Perkins taken down, and the foul is called. Now this will be a dangerous setup. Detroit City FC. A couple of free kick specialists. And John, they have a multitude of options that could give it a go from this distance.
I would like to see the ball go toward the back post. Go toward the far post, swing it in there, try to win a battle in the air. Ann Arbor setting up a higher line.
Danny Deacon has it played to him quickly. And we have a foul called. And it's away, and this is interesting. It's called just outside the 18, right along the goal line.
That's actually a difficult place to take a free kick from, Neil. I wouldn't be surprised to see another one taken short here, or at least a ball looped into the top of the area. Tough to fizz one in because the keeper can guard his post, and it would be easier, I think, for him to claim at this point. We're going to count back 10 yards here. 4, 5,
He wants a space.
There we go. Attaway. That's the official doing their job. But you see AFC Ann Arbor not really setting up a wall. They know it's a tough place to fizz one in from there.
And here we go. Chip towards that back post. Making a run at it.
Corner.
Was Guille, but instead a corner will happen on the other side now for Detroit City FC. Danny Deacon will walk over to do the honors. 40th minute. Deacon sends it ahead. Comes out to the top of the D. Bakey Goodman. Boy, does well to send it out to Deacon. His cross sent in. And that will be played out by Brame. Here comes Henry Ramirez. Puts the brakes on.
And look at Diop playing with a booking, shutting that down and creating this counter.
Bakey Goodman to Danny Deacon. Sean Lawson wide on the left. There's where it goes. Watch Lawson in space. Hesitation. Moves. Crosses. All the way to the right sideline. Throw in coming for Detroit City.
Sean Lawson still has that extra gear, Neil. He was able to move that up the sideline quickly.
Former All-Horizon League first-team performer for Eric Pogue at Oakland University.
Nice job by the assistant referee to signal the throw instead of the goal kick. Went near the corner flag. Tough one to decipher. Stood right on the corner flag, made the call. That's a tough throw-in spot for AFC Ann Arbor. If I'm City's defenders, I hang back a little bit, wait for the turnover opportunity like that.
And that's exactly what happened. Here's Max Todd. He's 1v4, but it doesn't matter. Perkins crosses over. And that ball slides over the line, a throw-in coming, but a player down for AFC Ann Arbor. I believe that's Alex Alexis.
City in the ascendancy the last 5 minutes, Neil. Better chances, better possession, better decisions out top to guard against the AFC Ann Arbor counter. Not as many risks taken, high percentage passes, the ability to transition out to the wings and then in on crosses and to play through the middle as well. It's a good 5 or 6 minutes from City now as we approach the first half, into the first half.
Throw in along the line.
Ooh, that's a dangerous slide there by Diop.
Alexis sends it through. Matthews tried to find Hallahan, and instead Owen Finnerty will escort that one over the goal line for the goal kick. There you see right in front of the new suites area here at historic Keyworth Stadium.
I love the new suites, repurposed shipping containers, selected personally by City ownership. The suites rocking here at Keyworth tonight.
There you got a good look at them as now we have another player down on the pitch for AFC Ann Arbor. I believe it's Alex Alexis again.
By the way, those suites are available on a single game. Some of them are available on a single game basis. Visit DebtCityFC.com if you are interested in bringing out a group to experience the suite life at Keyworth Stadium.
Plenty of good opportunities for you to take in the match. You see the suites there.
Great.
Also, I'm a big fan of the level 1 VIP area over on the other side as well, the all-inclusive food and drink packages. And it's affordable. You can live that VIP life in a manner that might not be obtainable to everyone as far as other Detroit professional sports are.
Absolutely. All-inclusive options. Those suites, by the way, you can have them catered by the vendors that service Keyworth Stadium. Slow's Barbecue, other options. Food from the City Clubhouse. All available for Detroit City FC match days. Nice step over to create the counter. Get it to the wing. There it is.
And it's played to Will Perkins. Perkins keeps it. Chrysler. Good reversal along that far touchline. That was beautiful to watch. Danny Deacon's touch lets him down, however, but he recovers. And it's toe poked away, but Becky Goodman on the scene. 45th minute. Don't imagine there'll be a ton of stoppage time.
A minute, maybe two.
Here comes Henry Ramirez. Ramirez a through ball, nobody on the other end.
And what looks like a relatively benign collection was again the mystery man, Diop, who comes in, just got himself in space, gave the AFC Ann Arbor player two options: run over me and foul me, or let the ball go to my keeper. 3 minutes of added time here at the end of the first half. 3 minutes of added time coming up, according to our clandestine informants.
Here's Sean Lawson. Can't quite get on the end of it, but a throw-in coming up. Boy, Kervin Kenton wanted to start that right away. Unfortunately for him, the ball went over the fence, but now here's Kervin Kenton with it. Kervin finds Goodman. Goodman's cross blocked. And AFC Ann Arbor seems content to try to pop these counters, and that's what they're doing right now. Hallahan's through ball to the middle. This one connects. Stepping over, that shot blocked, and it's deflected in off the foot of Matthews, but Owen Finnerty equal to the challenge as we are in stoppage time.
That's a tougher save than it looks after the deflection. Nice job by Finnerty. Get the body big behind it and make the collection.
Another throw-in coming up for Detroit City. Big 3 points on the line as the handball will be called against Hallahan. Not intentional.
Yeah, but intentional. If you have the arm in an unnatural position, you control the ball. That's black letter law. Nice job by the officials.
Here's Danny Deacon. Deacon's cross. Losing it temporarily was a keeper, McCrane, but recovered on his way to the turf. AFC Ann Arbor dodging disaster on that cross.
If McCrane had dropped that ball, it's 1-0. Two City players waiting there onside. And again, McCrane getting a little lucky as he fell backward.
Becky Goodman across midfield. Jalen Chrysler played college soccer at Gonzaga, also contributor Seattle Sounders U23 team. Diop tried to find Kervin Kenton. Here's Hallahan. The Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year last year. Threads a needle on the pass. Here comes Matthews. Matthews making a charge, and that goes wide of the frame. But another gear by Yazid Matthews from Coastal Carolina, the preseason All-Sun Belt performer last season.
Got his first start and his first goal for AFC Ann Arbor on Friday. By the way, this is a man who is playing and has that extra gear, despite the fact that he is currently fasting for Ramadan. He hasn't had anything to eat or drink all day, and to be able to play, keep his faith, and play in that way, that's pretty impressive.
This could be a card here, and it is. Yeah. And the studs were up around the face area. I mean, that's, you cannot like it, and you can be upset by it, but that is the right call.
Yeah.
It's dangerous. Dispute that.
I'll tell you what, and Stephen Carroll's going in there asking, why are you writing on a yellow card? Why isn't that red with the studs up that high?
Henry Ramirez, I think you might be right. Lucky for it to just be of the yellow variety.
I would be willing to bet this is probably the last attack of the first half. See if City can make something of it. A little behind there on that ball.
Well to get it in Sean Lawson's vicinity. And the whistle sounds, and the first half is complete. Very entertaining first half that will finish scoreless. Though John Krieger, Detroit City FC, I think if you went to the scorecards in this matchup, probably would have most of the judges on their side.
Well, I think the late Larry Merchant would have City ahead on points, but I think it's a pretty good bout. Using the 10-point must system.
10-9 first half.
10-9 first half for City. But some good punches thrown both ways. And I think City will take into the dressing room that they had the better last 15 minutes. They didn't allow AFC Ann Arbor as many counters. I think AFC Ann Arbor is going to have to press a little more. That could open up some space in midfield. Now's the time when Eric Rutland is going to make the decision. Do I play for 3? Do I play for 1? Right now, the way they've had to hold on the last 15 minutes, it's play for 1. Let's see what happens in the first 10 minutes after halftime, whether or not AFC Ann Arbor tries to go for 3.
So we have reached the half. 0-0 the score. Detroit City FC, AFC Ann Arbor. We'll take our halftime break. We'll come back, get you the second half of play. You're watching Detroit City FC Soccer, brought to you by Baker College.
Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities to be more than the status quo. The question is, are you ready to be more? Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities to be more than the status quo. The question is, are you ready to be more? Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities to be more than the status quo. The question is, are you ready to be more? Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities to be more than the status quo. The question is, are you ready to be more? Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities to be more than the status quo. The question is, are you ready to be more? Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities to be more than the status quo. The question is, are you ready to be more? Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities to be more than the status quo. The question is, are you ready to be more? Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities to be more than the status quo. The question is, are you ready to be more? Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities to be more than the status quo. The question is, are you ready to be more? Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more. More curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities to be more than the status quo. The question is, are you ready to be more? Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more. More curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities to be more than the status quo. The question is, are you ready to be more? Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more. More curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities to be more than the status quo. The question is, are you ready to be more? Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more. More curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities to be more than the status quo. The question is, are you ready to be more? Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more. More curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities to be more than the status quo. The question is, are you ready to be more? Who are you? Think about it. Is who you are now who you were meant to be? At Baker College, we want to help you be more. More curious, more productive, more effective, and be more successful at it all. We can help you be more prepared for the future and more inspiring to future generations. The world is full of opportunities.
Welcome back inside historic Keyworth Stadium. Second half of action, ready to roll. AFC Ann Arbor, Detroit City FC, level at 0. So everything's on the line here in the second 45. Neil Rule, John Krieger back with you. And John, again, I'll just reset it one more time. It's all on the line right here. A huge 3 points up for grabs in our stream, brought to you by Baker College.
Absolutely. City need to come out and play the 3 points. This is their home match with an arch rival. They need to pick up the points they dropped last week against Kalamazoo, keep themselves in the Great Lakes Conference race. It's a tough early season matchup, especially now when we take a look at some of the scores from the NPSL and the big one in the Great Lakes Conference, 77th minute, Grand Rapids 2, Kalamazoo 1. That would put Grand Rapids within a point of the top of the conference. So City do need to try to come out, get 3 points, and keep pace here after the first 4 matches of the first 3 matches of the NPSL season, heading into one of the softer portions of the schedule against Columbus and Indiana.
The number that jumps out at me through the first 45 minutes of play, the fouls. AFC Ann Arbor 10, Detroit City FC with 3. It was physical out there, but away we go. Second half of action underway. And we take your tweets, remember, all night long with the hashtag WatchCity. And one of the good ones we got from Very Opinionated Kate, seeing the supporter section still packed during halftime right now makes my heart full. And for those that don't know, Special Olympics played a scrimmage match at the half, and it's always been Northern Guard policy. No one leaves, and the smoke bombs go off, the chants go off, everything happens during the Special Olympics charity match at the half, and it really is a lot of fun to see. It's a lot of fun to be a part of. It is very moving.
And it's a great moment for those athletes. They're used to playing in front of 10, 15 people when they're out and playing. To play in front of thousands of people cheering you on, they clearly rise to the occasion, and it is a very special thing for both the Northern Guard and for them.
Here's Danny Deacon in space. Who will rise to the occasion here tonight? That is the question. And you heard it. Grand Rapids with the 2-1 lead over Kalamazoo in the 77th minute. So things are beginning to take shape as the calendar gets ready to flip to June. Through ball sent on the right side. Here's Jack Hallahan. He's out in some space with it. Hallahan crosses over and wins the corner. Strategic Staffing Solution is the official partner of Detroit City FC's annual International Series. DCFC hosts Lobos of Liga MX on July 10th. Tickets are now available at tickets.detcityfc.com.
Let's play the numbers game, by the way, as we have a substitution. Pimlott coming on for Diop. Diop certainly had some great plays in the first half, Neil Rule, but I think the fact that he's playing on a booking and
plays a part, no doubt.
It plays a part in some of that decision. Pimlott, certainly a great substitution. Changes things a little bit for City in terms of speed, though, I think. Diop very, very quick.
Michael Pimlott trained with Darby County, their U12 academy. Plays his college soccer for Michigan State. As a matter of fact, scored a goal against Virginia Tech in the second round of the 2017 NCAA tournament. Remember, folks, too, we're just about 6.5 minutes away from weekly trivia, brought to you by Fago.
I always love weekly trivia. That's a cynical foul, but we'll just leave that at that. Worth noting, by the way, Neil, as that's the AFC Ann Arbor's 11th foul of the night. Let's play that numbers game with the Great Lakes Conference standings right now. If results hold in the Grand Rapids Kalamazoo match, Kalamazoo would still be atop the division, but they'd have played a match more with 7 points. Grand Rapids would then be at 6. And that means that Detroit City FC would have to win tonight's match to stay third in the division. Otherwise, City with 3 matches played would be a full 3 points off the playoff places early in the season. So a very key second half here for Detroit City.
Will Perkins makes a run, and the goal kick awarded.
By the way, you mentioned Darby County. Big, big day for that club on Monday. Darby versus Aston Villa in the richest game in world football. The
millions of dollars on the line.
EFL Championship playoff final. Nobody find Roger Faulkner on that day. I think he's going to be a little high strung on that day, your friend and mine.
Yeah.
His Rams playing for a trip back to the land of milk and honey, the Premier League. Frank Lampard in his first year as manager. Trying to take the Rams up. Oh, nice ball.
Max Todd touched it through, but that foul will go against Detroit City FC. There is Kervin Kenton. Played for Germany for 3 years. 7 matches played for the Costa Rican U20 national team during his career.
City taking some time here. Giving the ball back, and it'll be an AFC Ann Arbor throw. Nice job by the 4th official to back him up a little bit. And a nice job by Pimlet getting involved in the action early and winning a ball in the air. Nice through ball if Lawson can get there, but it's just too far inside him.
Ben Thornton does the job to stop Sean Lawson. "50 minutes down. 0-0 the score. James Vaughn will turn, send it to the left side.
City still with the back three. The shape hasn't changed all that much. Look out on the wing.
Chalbaud makes his move. Drops it off to the left side. The flag is up down here on the far right, as it looked like Alex Alexis got in ahead of everybody else.
I'll tell you what, both of these assistant referees tonight have been on top of their game. That's another heads up, very quick, bang, bang offside call. And that's a good decision. Dribbling through a 1v3, not the best decision in the world.
Almost got away with it, though. So AFC Ann Arbor will restart things. But I think, John, it's safe to say you're already seeing a different AFC Ann Arbor here in the second half than we saw a majority of the first half. A little more forward.
Yeah.
There's more purpose. There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely. You know, we talked about that midfield 4 hanging back sometimes and going for the counter. The 2 outside players in Rutland's midfield 4 creeping a little further forward, trying to create pressure on that City back 3 and force the wing backs for City a little further back.
Hallahan, nifty touch to Ramirez. Ramirez inside the 18. His cross is blocked by Guille. So Musa Guille does the job.
Second year with AFC Ann Arbor for Ramirez. His season ended early due to injury last year. Back with Mighty Oak for a second consecutive season.
Jack Callahan moves to the corner. We've seen the quality. Jack Callahan came in with a lot of accolades, and we've seen the quality. Good service on the corner, comes all the way out to the top. Too much mustard on the hot dog as that one sent up into the crowd here at Keyworth.
And City Faithful will take that all evening. Bit of a laissez-faire clearance attempt by Deacon. Got away with it after the bit of a fluff by AFC Ann Arbor.
So Max Todd will throw it in. Max Todd played 4 matches with the Scotland U17 national team during his international career.
Nice little crossover by Bakey Goodman with Sean Lawson.
Not much doing with Todd's effort to the top of the D. Attempted 1-2, stopped by Detroit City FC. Will Perkins. It's a good slide tackle made by Matt Brame. Brame, the transfer from Iowa Western Community College, plays college soccer now at Loyola Chicago, the Rambler.
That's a budding program in the Horizon League. Was kind of down in the dumps for a while there. Rather, Missouri Valley, I should say. Kind of down in the dumps there for a while. They were a Horizon League school for a long time, switched to the Valley. But they're starting to build up.
It's funny how a Final Four run in men's basketball will do that for you, right?
It's funny.
It's really weird. There's a yellow card issued.
I think maybe it was James Vaughn on the yellow card. We'll wait for confirmation.
So that was Vaughn on the yellow. So Detroit City FC with the restart. Wide to the right.
AFC and Arbor closing down very well on the ball, not allowing a lot of space.
Mickey Goodman's service sent in. That's headed away. Stephen Carroll will give chase. He almost caught up with it. But it does give me a second as he'll throw and we'll go to Detroit City. That is the case. We'll put the weekly trivia presented by Fago on hold for just a couple of seconds.
That's a dive. Wow.
Oh, and that foul will be called. So the dive works, but to make you happier, it does give me time to hit you with the weekly trivia presented by Fago. Keyworth Stadium has been home with Detroit City FC since 2016. The stadium first opened its doors in 1936. What American president was on hand to open Keyworth Stadium for the very first time? And if you're a veteran of Watch City broadcast, you know I've talked about this before. What American president was on hand to open Keyworth Stadium for the first time? That's our weekly trivia brought to you by Fago. And there the Red Pop bottle high above the crowd here at Keyworth. Very solid choice. However, it's not Rock and Rye. This is a Rock and Rye booth.
Had the pregame Rock and Rye.
Have to.
Very important.
Quick throw in by Danny Deacon. Poked away from Max Todd. And he will go to Deacon one more time. We'll get your answer in just a couple of moments. I have a feeling that the Watch City faithful will be all over this one.
Absolutely.
Here is Stephen Carroll. To Michael Pimlott. Kervin Kenton on the left side as he has been all evening long. Reversal sent through towards the right quarter. Perkins able to get on the end of it. Very patient build up here from Detroit City FC. Pimlott again. Deacon. Too far for Max Todd. Here's Hallahan now giving it back.
It's a nice step in by Stephen Carroll to neutralize that threat.
Oh, Sean Lawson almost made some magic there. Nearly getting it back to Kervin Kenton. Guille. Bakey Goodman moves through. Goodman as it popped away.
That's a tough challenge. Bakey pops up.
Looked more aggravated than anything.
I think he was aggravated with himself. If he was able to touch the ball away from the defender there, it might have gotten a free kick. That's a great play there by Guille. Steps over the ball, creates
Guille
the
was
physical
beat
position,
too and recovered.
just steps over. And that's a tough foul. That's foul number 15 on the day for 14 or 15 on the day for AFC Ann Arbor.
Henry Ramirez, who's already playing on a yellow, got mixed up with Guille. And Guille is down. He looks like he's in some pretty good pain.
By the way, while Guille is down and while we have a moment, want to send out a special hello on the broadcast to Ken Butcher and his family. They're watching at home tonight, and yesterday was a very special day for that family. It was their daughter Charlotte's gotcha day. For those of you who might not know the story, Ken, a foster parent to foster children up in Genesee County, and they took on a little girl who had all sorts of medical issues, medical problems, found room in their hearts to bring her into their family, and a year ago yesterday completed the adoption process to make Charlotte a part of their lives and a part of the city family. Also brought service dog Evie into the city family.
Who I follow on Twitter.
So do I.
Yeah.
And so for the Butcher brothers, for Ken, for Jean, for that entire family, and for Charlotte, happy Gotcha Day from all of us here in the booth and for that family. I don't know that there's a man in this world with a bigger heart than Ken. And I know yesterday was a special day for him, and we're glad he's watching tonight.
I second that. One of those dudes that leaves the world better than he found it.
Way better.
If everybody pulled the same weight, we'd be a lot better off. And there's a foul called against AFC Ann Arbor. So we move into the 60th minute. Tonight's stream brought to you by Baker College. A restart situation coming up. I can reset the weekly trivia brought to you by Fago. Keyworth Stadium has been the home of Detroit City FC since 2016, and the stadium first opened its doors in 1936. What American president was on hand to open Keyworth Stadium for the very first time? Franklin D. Roosevelt opened Keyworth Stadium during his second successful campaign for presidency. You guys were all on it on the hashtag Watch City. Here comes a restart. Sent inside the 18. Flicked ahead, and the corner will be awarded. So props to everybody on the Watch City crew. They knew how FDR, the time, I would give you guys credit, but all of you got it pretty much. So
you know, the funny thing is, this was a Works Progress Administration project, and the WPA, part of FDR's New Deal, I'll tell you about after this corner.
Max Todd, left foot, all the way across. Brought down, shot blocked by Bakey Goodman. AFC Ann Arbor now trying to counter. Left side, lots of pace. Here comes Alexis. Alexis moves wide. The shot, the stop is made by Finnerty. First time Owen Finnerty has been challenged to that degree, and he rises to the occasion.
I'll tell you what, AFC Ann Arbor with not a whole lot of chances on target tonight. Finnerty hasn't really had to work. Nice job by Pimlet to try to go wide and give his keeper the chance to make a save, and Finnerty up to the task.
Alexis takes a tumble to the turf.
And then lays there to try and draw a foul.
Here's Sean Lawson, unable to get things settled down. Wide to the right. Here's Hallahan with some space. Hallahan's cross. Finnerty goes vertical and scoops it up.
That is another great save by Finnerty. The Wolverine making a class save there.
Folks, remember, Level 1 Bank is the official sponsor of the Level 1 VIP section at Keyworth Stadium, as you can see right in the back of the screen. Take your match day experience to the next level with on-field seating and unlimited food and drinks for just $50. Here's Sean Lawson towards the 18. Lawson unable to catch up with it. But remember, you can get your Level 1 VIP tickets at tickets.detcityfc.com. Sean Lawson almost became a Level 1 VIP.
I'll tell you what, on a natural grass field, he catches up to that ball. I think it ran a little bit on him. And he was there.
And here comes a takeaway. Dangerous chance. Whistle sounds. Official points to the spot. A penalty awarded for Detroit City FC.
Perfect decision. That is the absolute correct decision. Matt Bram coming in late. You come in late, you put your fate in the referee's hands. And City have the chance to open the scoring. The last time they played with a 3-5-2 against Michigan Stars, it was Sean Lawson in the 30th minute. Here is Sean Lawson in the 62nd minute from the penalty spot.
Lawson with 2 goals already this season. Can Sean Lawson give Detroit City FC the lead in the 63rd minute? Off the post.
He had him beat. Keeper went the wrong way. Sean's plant leg, I think, was a little too far inside, and he pushed it wide. It wasn't close.
Goal kick awarded. And the 64th minute, write that one down. Detroit City FC with a quality opportunity on the penalty. How will both sides respond? Alexis. Danny Deacon touches it away. And some of the air has been let out of historic Keyworth Stadium.
Sean had it. He could see his body go out off angle, and the plant leg was just too far inside. That's a tough miss. Got to do it again.
Substitution coming for AFC Ann Arbor. And here's a guy you have to account for. Amadou Cisse will come into the match, replacing Yazid Matthews. Of course, it was Cisse's heroics in the 90th minute against Kalamazoo that leveled that match. Cisse played for the Michigan Bucks back in 2018, scored 27 goals in his career at Madonna, and he's the target of the pass right away.
He's also a player Eric Redlin wanted to bring in because he got 2 years of experience with AFC Ann Arbor as well, knows that system.
So the chess match begins between Eric Rudlin and Trevor James. Perkins can't quite catch up with it, but will win a throw-in. Trevor James, of course, spent 10 years as an MLS assistant coach for the LA Galaxy and the Portland Timbers, director of scouting for the Chicago Fire.
Also spent time with Barcelona as an assistant, several English clubs.
Here's Kervin Kenton. Sean Lawson. Pimlott. Oh boy, Kervin Kenton just couldn't quite settle it down.
Much like last week, Neil, on Sunday, this is a game of almosts for Detroit City FC. A lot of almosts. A lot of half touches, a lot of if-onlys. And the key for championship caliber teams, and I believe that this Detroit City FC team is championship caliber. The key for championship caliber teams is turning almosts into finishes. And so far the almosts are winning, and the finishes have eluded LaRouge.
Amadou Cisse challenged every step of the way by Moussa Guille.
And I think they're giving a corner to AFC Ann Arbor.
When Moussa Guille went step for step with Cisse. Remember, Guille 67 minutes in, Cisse just came off the bench.
And Cisse has pace. Very under-the-radar player, Neil. You play your college soccer at Madonna. It's not that high up the college ladder, but he can run and he's gifted with the ball.
Top 5 in goals all time at Madonna. I don't care where you play. You're in the top 5 ever. That corner sent in and headed away. If you're the top 5 anywhere, best to do anything, you're good at what that thing is.
Important aerial battle here, and AFC Ann Arbor wins it. And look out on the overlap.
Hallahan curls it just wide of that left post. Boy, Owen Finnerty, I think, maybe a bit taken back by what Hallahan was able to do with that shot. But he did have the post covered because it went wide.
I'll tell you what, that bent.
It did.
Almost curled in behind Finnerty. Mitch Gatke's stats as we approach the final quarter of the match. Enter the final quarter of the match. Shots, Ann Arbor 7, DCFC 5. On goal, Ann Arbor 3, DCFC 2. Corners 5-4 to City. Fouls 14-6. Ann Arbor with 14 infractions and 5 combined offside decisions.
There's LaRouge with it. They'll try the left side again. Kervin Kenton has it.
Natives a little restless here at Keyworth.
Amadou Cisse this time stands tall defensively. Fans looking for a neighborhood bar to go to after any DCFC game? Make sure you can stop and see our friends at the Painted Lady. Kervin Kenton sends it in towards the crossbar.
Easily over top. And an Ann Arbor substitution.
And curls it.
And there is that bending ball.
Jared Dass coming in. at the next chance for AFC Ann Arbor.
Das was one of 3 players from Stony Brook. Rather, he is a player from Stony Brook. AFC Ann Arbor, a long tradition of recruiting players from that school, had 3 from Stony Brook last year. This year, 2 on the roster, and a newcomer from Stony Brook. That's Das.
Also international experience for Das, played for the Trinidad and Tobago U17 national team. Lots of that on this AFC Ann Arbor roster. Makey Goodman pops it up. Sean Lawson makes a run. Coming up off the line was McGrain.
Nice control there. That's a foul. Oh, my.
Official says play on, and here comes a chance of it. Jack Hallahan on the right side. Stops. Shot. Stopped by the defender. Wide of the frame. Boy, Finnerty was beat, and Jalen Chrysler saves the day.
My, oh, my. Take a bow, son. Never should have had to because it should have been a foul in midfield. But he never stopped playing and got in, didn't commit the handball, got the head down and headed it away. That's an all-world play by Chrysler.
Here comes the ensuing corner. Serve deep. Headed up. Off the post, actually, on the right side. But a goal kick coming up. So the screws continue to tighten here at historic Keyworth Stadium.
Let's watch this. Look at that. What a great job by Chrysler to get down and head it away. Don't even put the chest into play. Head it. Took the possible handball out of the equation. Knew he could control. That's a heck of a play by Chrysler.
Ramirez goes down. That foul will go against Bakey Goodman.
19 minutes plus stoppage time to go here, Neil.
Let's take a look at the upcoming matches for Detroit City FC. FC Columbus will be in town on Sunday, June 2nd. FC Indiana as well. The Michigan Stars on Friday, June 14th. Looking forward to this one. Toledo Villa on Sunday, June 30th at 5 p.m. as the train rolls on here at historic Keyworth Stadium.
And by the way, just a reminder again, tickets are less expensive if you purchase them online in advance. $12 online, $15 at the door. Save money. Get your tickets now. Avoid the threat of sellouts later in the season at debtcityfc.com.
And make sure you stop by the Foaling Warehouse just down the street here in Hamtramck before you make your way to those matches. If you've never been a part of the March to the Match, do it. Do it. Do it.
I had a chance to watch them walking in today, Neil, and it really is a sight.
I believe Lindsey Pearson would say that it's lit.
Yes.
I think she would say that. She'd laugh after she said
Well,
it, though. Here's Amadou Cissé, taken away by Stephen Carroll.
If we're fair, though, actually what she would do is laugh, then tweet about it with a picture of cupcakes.
Probably. Amadou Cissé again makes the turn. His cross! Oh, making a run was Jared Das, and it was just out of the reach of his foot. Nearly 1-0 AFC Ann Arbor.
AFC Ann Arbor putting the pressure on here now. The counter starting to work. The perils of playing with a 3-5-2, Neil, is that eventually your back three can start to get a little leggy against the counter. And AFC Ann Arbor having a little more joy down the wings, some better crosses, and Halloran in space.
Motor City Casino Hotel is the official hotel and casino of DCFC. Be sure to log on to debtcityfc.com to watch a Motor City match recap from tonight's match. Again, that's debtcityfc.com for tonight's Motor City match recap.
Cissé with a nice ball there. Watch out.
Ramirez Slide tackle made, but a throw-in coming for AFC Ann Arbor.
Very nice slide tackle by the captain, Max Todd, trying to marshal the troops.
Cisse turns. His cross blocked, and now a goal kick upcoming. Very nicely done defensively again by Detroit City FC. But John, AFC Ann Arbor's attack has taken a turn here. You can see they're turning up the heat a bit.
And this is called last 15 minutes. Let's throw everything we have at it and try and steal 3. They've moved the 2 players on the outside of that middle 4 further up. They are pressing the Detroit City FC back 3 much more aggressively, runs down the wings, a lot of runs down the wings, much more physical play. It's not a counterattack game anymore. They're trying to control possession. They'll play out to the wing there, and then you get the runs forward to try to test that City back line. There it is, that play down the touchline. Now they'll work into the middle and try to reverse near side. And there's Cisse with his pace.
Stepsinkus was a target as well. That ball played over. Breno Stepsinkus from Brazil.
Worth noting, by the way, you never think officials like to even things up, but AFC Ann Arbor doing a nice job of enticing DCFC into sliding challenges right now around the edge of the area.
Hallahan gets one square on Owen Finnerty.
That young man has not met a shot he doesn't like.
No.
And he has the shooting ability to do it. Very good bend on the ball. Not something we normally see at this level, that kind of technical skill.
Here's Sean Lawson. Makes his move. Lawson working 1v2. Nearly stepped through and onto the highlight reels, but just a little bit out of his reach.
Sean looks a little tired. That one step over it ran a little bit on him, but grabbing the shorts a little bit there. Done a lot of running tonight.
There is Sean Lawson, the former Oakland Golden Grizzly, under head coach Eric Pogue. And his fair share of highlight moments for the Golden Grizzlies. Here comes AFC Ann Arbor again. Up the left side. Hesitation. Move to the left. Finnerty again up to the challenge. Das has come into this match and made his presence known, John.
I'll tell you what, and now you've got a player on the City back line down, I think. There's maybe a little bit of cramping. Yep, we got some cramping here at Keyworth. Not a hot night, but a physical night. And AFC Ann Arbor playing Ali to DCFC's Foreman. They took punch after punch after punch, hung there on the ropes, and now they're swinging here in the final 10 minutes.
Detroit City Fieldhouse is Detroit's newest indoor athletic facility located in the heart of Detroit. Leagues are now forming for adults and youth. Check out DebtCityFC.com for more info. Make sure you swing by the City Clubhouse while you're in there.
Got a substitution coming for Detroit City FC. Coming on will be number 21, Buono. Coming off will be the captain, Max Todd. Also coming on for City, number 22, Oscar Gonzalez. And coming off will be Sean-Claude Lawson.
So some fresh legs in there here. In the 78th, now into the 79th minute. And here we go.
One thing I don't like that I'm seeing from City at the moment is they take possession. Early in the match and early in the match last week, you saw City players coming to the ball on passes, meeting the ball. You see a little bit of waiting for the ball to come to you here in the last 5-7 minutes from City. It opens up the potential for dispossession and counters the other way for Ann Arbor. City need to stay aggressive, come to the ball, and facilitate those passes. You don't want to wait and give space for the interception.
Henry Ramirez called for that foul, and there you see the fresh legs of Tommy Buono. Can't quite catch up to it. Buono last played for Northern Virginia United at the NPSL last year, had a game-winning goal against FC Frederick. Detroit City fans would like to see a game-winning goal here tonight.
We'd take it. Welcome to Keyworth.
On our Watch City stream, brought to you by Baker College. Ian McGrain will put the boot to it. Was third in Conference USA last year in save percentage. A 1.07 goals against average. Danny Deacon into the middle now. Gonzalez. Bakey Goodman.
Bakey just got muscled off the ball. Not used to seeing that tonight. Physicality is starting to take its toll again here, I think.
Here's Ramirez. Can't quite catch up to it. And now 80 minutes down here at historic Keyworth Stadium. Everything on the line. 3 huge points. I know it's May. I understand that. But these are the types of matchups you have circled on the calendar when the schedule drops.
Absolutely. With the way this division is shaping up, Neil, this is a huge, huge early match. And that penalty miss by Sean-Claude Lawson looming pretty large at the moment.
Here comes AFC Ann Arbor. That was put over the line by Bakey Goodman.
City need to find some more petrol in the tank.
Long go given from the top of the D. That's sent over everything.
There's a donation to the community.
Boy, James Vaughn gave that one a ride. He knocked that one to the Chrysler plant.
And City's okay with that. Reset things, get things going. Nice punt downfield, create possession.
And now it's time for the official attendance, brought to you by Rippet Energy, the official energy drink of Detroit City FC. Tonight's official attendance, 5,908. Just a tick under 6,000 here tonight on this holiday weekend, Friday night. Club's going up on a Friday here at Keyworth Stadium.
It's a great early season crowd for Detroit City FC, especially on a holiday weekend. Come out and join us on June 2nd.
Goodman's ball was sent ahead, and that was played away by AFC Ann Arbor. Cisse, nifty touch. Can't get on the other side of it. Cisse can't quite catch up with that one either.
AFC Ann Arbor winning every battle of the ball right now, Neil.
As of late, they are, no question.
They are certainly the team in the ascendancy at the moment.
Now on that left side one more time. There was Jared Dass. This time he's foiled. But the former Trinidad and Tobago U17 national team member has come into this match with tons of pace. He has been a factor on that left side. Henry Ramirez in the left corner. And a throw-in coming up to Detroit City.
City need to sell out a little bit, send the wingbacks further forward, try to create some sustained possession in midfield, give opportunities for service for the front men. To do that, you've got to go back to winning some of the physical battles you won in the first half.
Again, we thank you for watching our Watch City stream, brought to you by our friends at Baker College. Quick throw-in coming up. Boy, Kervin Kenton takes some liberties with some real estate, and he's
rightly sent back.
He's sent back to the other side of the midfield stripe.
What's 12 yards between friends?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fine. Nothing to see here.
A long ball sent into the 18. Settled down nicely. Curvin Kenton not able to catch up with it. But that was maybe more dangerous than it should have been. How about that receive by Tommy Buono? He almost pulled it off.
I'll tell you what, he tried to control that. If he could have planted his foot, turn, and shot, that would have been a hard question to ask of McGrain. But another almost for City in a game of almosts for City.
That is true. Michael Pimlott plays it over the line. 85th minute. The screws continue to tighten.
You can always tell when
Chalbot almost away.
you can always tell when it's a tight one, Neil, when the Watch City Twitter stream goes quiet because everybody's on pins and needles.
They're sitting on their hands right now all over the world.
Waiting for the last 5 minutes.
And we get people from over 20 countries around the world watching City. Amadou Cisse to the middle. Ramirez. Wide to the right. Here's Hallahan again. He's been dangerous all night. Hallahan crosses, measures with his left foot. Curls it towards the left side, but it was out of the reach of Jared Dass. One of the rare times Jack Hallahan didn't rear back and let it go.
Yeah, that's him trying to do too much. He had no help. He had no support. Instead of holding up the ball and waiting for someone to come forward to help him, he just tried to shoot it somewhere in the vicinity and really didn't have any kind of a shooting lane. That's the downside to a player with a tremendous upside and some instinctive shooting qualities, is that sometimes they take it upon themselves to do too much. And here we go, the 85th minute at Keyworth. Let the smoke begin, my friend. Smoke, cell phone lights, smoky nights at Keyworth.
There it is. Battle at midfield. Bakey Goodman, relentless with the pressure.
And that's
Goodman
foul.
will be hit with a foul. Wow.
Yeah, he swept his leg in there. He wasn't anywhere near the ball. Not a whole lot of contact, but that's not going to look good to an official.
It worked for the Cobra Kai, sweeping the leg.
Mercies for the week.
Henry Ramirez along that near touch line to our broadcast spot.
I would think we will have about 4, maybe 5 minutes of stoppage time tonight. We'll wait and hear the official decision.
Hallahan's onside. And Hallahan catches up to it. The reigning Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year plays it out. First touch. Disappointing from Stapsinkas. Detroit City FC unable to counter on the other side.
You know what? And full credit to Hallahan, because he had a Detroit City FC defender's hand on his back and was turning with the ball. Would have been very easy for him to go down there and make the referee try to make a decision. And given that Detroit City FC had already had a penalty in his game, might have been an opportunity for a bit of a Revlon. But he stayed on his feet, lost possession, but that's at least an honest player.
And there you see the smoke pouring out of the Northern Guard supporter section. 88th minute. Who will be the hero here tonight?
Northern Guard find their voice with renewed fervor.
It's time to lock in now. 89th minute we go. My name is Neil Rule. My broadcast partner John Krieger. Happy to have you on our Watch City stream. Brought to you by our friends at Baker College. That foul will go against Detroit City.
Easy.
And now we have some John. An official reaches into his pocket for the card.
Yeah, Gonzalez.
And the yellow will be issued.
That's for dissent.
And I believe that's Oscar Gonzalez that got hit with it. And in the meantime, James Vaughn's on the turf.
Oscar, he turned around and had something to say to the officials. And that is, anytime you do that, turn around and pop off at an official. That's pretty please. When you're demonstrative about it, that's asking the official, pretty please, give me a booking.
We do have a tweet with the hashtag Watch City comes from D Moon. This game is killing me. Hashtag Watch City. So there's the answer to that question.
Yep. I got news for you, D Moon. We're not doing much better up here.
So here it is at midfield. Michael Pimlott, the second half sub. Chipped ahead. Danny Deacon stepping through. Deacon shot. The official says no on the handball.
That's a handball.
And almost 6,000 people here in Keyworth cannot believe it.
6,001 up here in the booth. Wow. The official right there waves it off. How?
Corner kick coming. Served in. Off the volley, the shot, the save is made. Another shot, the stop is made one more time. McGrain with 2 quality saves.
Those are world-class saves, Neil Rule. He didn't have rights making 1, let alone 2.
Kervin Kenton's cross.
2
As we go into stoppage time, 2 minutes of stoppage time. Sharks are in the water right now for Detroit City.
That's ridiculous. Only 2 minutes with all the injury breaks and 4 subs.
Corner sold short. Danny Deacon will pick it up. More service towards the back post. Nobody in the vicinity for Detroit City. Becky Goodman steps through. And that ball played over. And let's see. You be the official.
Handball.
Wow. Back to live action. 50-50 ball sent up. And Stephen Carroll collides with the keeper, McGrain. Now AFC Ann Arbor on the left side. Trying to mount a corner. And that foul will be called. The hook with the off arm. And AFC Ann Arbor right now, I think if you offered them the draw, would get on the bus.
They'd absolutely
and take their horse to the Old Town Road.
Absolutely. Something about cakes and griddles and all the rest, they'd do that.
Here comes a restart. Sent up towards the 18. Battle for the spot again, and McGrain comes off the line to make the catch.
30 seconds about left, Neil, or less. This is it. Get it forward.
Here's Pimlott. And the foul will be called against City.
And that could do it.
And AFC Ann Arbor wants to get things rolling right now. Here comes AFC Ann Arbor up the left side. Becky Goodman defending. It's 1v2. Throw-in coming up for Jared Dass. There can't be much time left. It's supposed to be 2 minutes of stoppage time. Here's a throw-in into the 18. Stephen Carroll heads it away.
Get it forward. Run.
Perkins taken down. And the whistle sounds. And we have reached full time.
Well, no, I think we may have a foul here, Neil. Hang on. Or no.
We have reached full time here at historic Keyworth Stadium. 0-0 the final score. And tonight's man of the match will be Jalen Chrysler for his clearance off the line. And John, if you go back through it, that was a very huge play in this matchup.
You know, a very huge play, you're right. And on balance, I think if you look at it, 1-1, the draw probably would have been a very fair result because Sean Lawson should have scored his penalty and by all rights. There was no way that Chrysler had the right to clear that ball off the line, and so we would have been 1-1 either side and honors even. But City with 2 big home games early in the NPSL season, and you come out with 1 point from a possible 6. They have their work cut out for them now as they go to a softer portion of the schedule. And the game of almosts, including one almost for AFC Ann Arbor, just eluded City again. Final stats from Mitch Gatsky. Shots today, 13 for Ann Arbor, 9 for Detroit City. Shots on target, 6 for AFC Ann Arbor, 4 for Detroit City. Corners, 7 for City, 5 for Ann Arbor. Saves today, 5 for DCFC, 4 for Ann Arbor. Fouls, 17 for AFC Ann Arbor, 10 for Detroit City, and 5 combined offside decisions. And so now, plain and simple, Neil, you have eliminated some of the room for error in the NPSL Great Lakes Conference. You got to go on Sunday in Indiana and get a win. Never an easy place to play. Down in Indiana, you're clearly a better team, but the officiating down there is sometimes interesting. And then you've got to come home against Columbus and Michigan Stars and rack up points.
That's the scenario. There's no other way to draw it up. And we mentioned the fact that it is a long season, and here are the upcoming home matches for Detroit City FC. So make sure you get out here to historic Keyworth Stadium. It's going to be popping in here, especially on those Friday night matches as well. The Michigan Stars, FC Indiana, Toledo Villa at the end of the month also coming in. So make sure you make your way out to historic Keyworth Stadium for that. So as big of a match as this was, and we talked about it being in May, we just gave you the roadmap for Detroit City FC. Now it's time to take care of business, rack up 3 points at every opportunity, and see where the chips fall in July, John. Fair?
That's exactly. 3, we had those 4 home matches there, that graphic. Got to be 3, 3, 3, 3. And then you got to pick up points elsewise where you can.
So that will do it for our coverage here in historic Keyworth Stadium. A big thank you to everyone at Baker College, from my broadcast partner John Krieger. My name is Neil Rule. 0-0 our final score. Thank you for watching, everybody. Well, see you later.